All right, my friends. So Trump is going to win in 2024. I can't see that not happening. This is the level of incompetence of, it's just mind-boggling, frankly. But the question for me isn't that he's going to win. The question is why. Why are the elite going to let this happen? Now, look, you cannot, in my opinion, I guess you can do whatever you want. In my opinion, I don't see how you can say the 2020 election wasn't legit, as I do, and then turn around and say the 2024 one will be legit. I don't know how you can square that circle, especially because Democrats have solidified the voting in Arizona. You know what I'm saying? They solidified that. Our stupid Secretary of State, Puffy, he hasn't done anything in Georgia. You know, there's not going to be the mail-in or the drop, whatever those freaking things are called, but it's all about ballot harvesting, not about votes. And the Republican Party, you know, Rona McDaniel, whatever that stupid lady's name is, Romney, she's not doing anything. So they're not. The Democrats have solidified the vote capturing scheme. The Republicans sat back and said, Mitch McConnell, just get me rich, get me rich. It's insane. So you can't sit there. I mean, you can do what you want, but you can't sit there, in my opinion, and say, oh, Trump lost in 2020 because of election shenanigans, but 2024, that won't happen. No, I don't believe it at all. So he's going to win. But then why? I don't get it. And my only thing I could possibly think is that the biggest expansion of government, the biggest 3 expansions of federal government happened when? When under Lyndon Johnson with Medicare and Medicaid. How did that happen? After the assassination of JFK. And we know the assassination of JFK is not what we've been told. That's just a fact. Thus, the assassination of JFK led to the biggest expansion of federal government, never mind the war in Vietnam and whatnot. I'm talking about Medicare, all right? Under 1965, the Medicare Act under LBJ. Caused that by the assassination of JFK. And you can, doesn't take a rocket science to put 2 and 2 together, like what caused that. Number 2 would be what? 9/11, the response to 9/11. The TSA, Department of Health, Homeland Security, NSA, all that crap. Happened under George Bush. How did George Bush get elected? He got selected. We know that. Now, we can argue that the Supreme Court made the right choice, the hanging chads and all that. Argue that until we're blue in the face. It doesn't matter. It worked to benefit the government. And this is an American, pro-American government, trust me. This is the empire. The empire is not our friends, man. They're just not. There was the other biggest expansion happened under Trump, COVID. None of this would have happened under Obama or Hillary Clinton, the COVID stuff. People don't get, people can get whatever they want. I just sit there, I'm like in awe at how people think that, it just is crazy to me. The biggest expansion of government happened under Trump, Bush, and LBJ after the assassination of JFK. They couldn't, let's just put it this way, they can't do anything JFK-ish with Trump. They can't do that. That'd be too obvious. You know, Bush was just a clown. Turns out, look, I mean, I was an idiot. I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. It's nuts to me, and I'm not falling for it anymore. So why do I think Trump is going to win re-election? I know he's going to win, and I'll vote for the guy. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Regardless of what I do, it won't matter, but I'll vote for him because I just despise the left. And right now, my biggest thing is the 57 flavor stuff. I just so... and just stunned. The level is absurd. There's no way this isn't planned. Because I was in favor of all this crap until they started going after the kids. I'm like, this is nuts. Now you've banned Christians. Not only do you force Christians to bake cakes, you're banning Christians from adopting if they don't freaking submit to the 57 flavors. It's insanity. It's actually, I mean, it's not funny. Funny to silly. You're like, this is crazy, but it is what it is, man. So you can get mad or just laugh. I just laugh. So here's why I think they're going to allow Trump. So Trump's going to come in. He'll say some stuff that makes me feel good about the 57 flavors and all that's great. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. He'll make it feel good. It's cathartic. But the reason Trump is going to let Trump win is because he's going to do a national voter ID, national voter registration. You can see it a mile away. It would never happen under Hillary. It will never happen. Look, Sniffy Joe, that guy, my goodness. It's so blindingly obvious to me that this is all coordinated. Could you be a worse villain than Sniffy Joe? I mean, literally everything about that guy. He's a pedo. His son's a crackhead. He's got calls on tape of taking bribes from Burisma, whatever they call it in Ukraine. I mean, literally, the guy put blacks in jail for selling marijuana when his own son gets off scot-free, and yet the blacks supposedly support this guy more than they did Obama. I mean, you cannot have a bigger villain than this guy. It's like made to order. Everything Sniffy Joe does, he's got these freaking pride people showing their wares with little kids in there at the White House. He's putting the pride flag it's in line with the American flag. I mean, it's like so obvious. I mean, that this is the fall guy. I don't get it. I don't know why. It's weird to me. But I mean, I don't get why he would agree to this. Obviously he's not there. But why would Jill? I don't understand. They must have promised Jill, like, look, dude, we got you hook, line, and sinker. If you don't capitulate, we're going to come after you, or we'll at least let you pretend like you have some sort of aura of power. Anyway, the point being, I think what's going to happen, so they get us all riled up as LBGT stuff, and we are, and I get it, and rightfully so. And then we're going to all vote for Trump by default because they're going after Trump and say, how can you go after Trump and not Biden? Trump will win re-election. The first thing he's going to do, we have to have some kind of national discussion on national voter registration because the vote is corrupted. And now we're going to have a national voter thing. And if you think that's a good thing, man, you are crazy. You're crazy. I get it. The fraud, Maricopa County, I get all that stuff, dude. But I'm telling you, you think the federal government is going to be less? Do you not know what the CIA, the DOJ, the FBI, the IRS, the EPA, the DOE, that's Department of Energy, Department of Education, do you not know what they're doing? Do you not know how freaking fraudulent and horrible these people are? The DOD, the Pentagon, you want them in charge of your vote here in Fulton County, Georgia? Look, my vote doesn't matter because I get swamped by the people in South Fulton County. But we control it. I mean, we control it to the extent that we control it, if you know what I'm saying. Which means it can be subject to fraud. I get you. But you think the federal government being in charge of this is going to make it better? And you know that's so that's going to happen. So it's going to be a massive national push for a voter, and all the Republicans will follow suit because it's just like they did in COVID. They said, oh, we got to get Trump over the finish line. Just let him finish out the COVID thing. It's just such a freaking scam. So now we'll have a national voter ID, and that's going to lead to what? You want to take a guess? Central bank digital currency. It's so freaking, it's so obvious to me. And I was the biggest fool, dude, the biggest freaking fool. Get those Muslims over there before they get us over here, 9/11. And what a fool I was. And I just want to apologize to Muslims, by the way. I was an idiot. Many of us were. We fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. And we said, oh, those Muslims. And I always said, someone said something. He goes, if these Muslims were terroristic, as people claim, we'd all be dead by now. Because there's 1 billion Muslims. And if 1/10 of 1% of the population were as violent as everyone was proclaiming, we'd all be dead. And I remember that hit me like a ton of bricks when some guy said that. I said, you're right, man. You're right. Ay. It's so freaking blindingly obvious. Expansion of the government happens under Bush, happens under Trump, happened under LBJ after the assassination, wink, wink, of what's his name? JFK, and it's going to be happening under Trump again. You watch it. That's why they're going to let him win. Love to hear your thoughts. Shoot holes through it. Love to hear what you got because I am interested in this. I still don't get it, but let me know. All right, see ya.